have like things in the breast, like fibroadenomas, and I have dense tissue, and I have calcifications, and all of this like shit. My God. I don't know. And my mom had breast cancer, so I'm like, and then they're like, okay. So first they're like, okay, we'll see you in 3 months. Yeah. I went for my first mammogram at 40, and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And they're like, well, you have like a lot of things happening. It's like, great. Yeah. So now I go every 6 months.
My first mammogram was my diagnosis, so like I never even had one as like a baseline.
Yeah, so, like you think it's gonna be this like cutesy thing, like oh, I'm going for
yeah, whatever.
No, not like I know.
No, I had a mammogram because I found the one.
Oh wow.
I was 40. I was overdue. I was overdue. I had like a prescription on my desk for 6 months when I went to it. Anyway,
that's crazy. Yeah.
I know.
It's like, and then it's like anxiety inducing every time you go. It's like it's it's all you think about. So anyway, this morning I had to go mammogram.
Yeah, she was having it.
That's why I was like, I'm really late. But that's where I went this morning.
Yeah.
But it's like every few months, it's like, oh my God, it's able to grow. Like, and you had kids already, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I had Rocky had been breastfeeding like 6 months before. I was like, did I give him cancer? Or was I like, I mean, I was still like nursing. I mean, I was my kids a long time. He was big, but anyway, whatever.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. It's like scary stuff for sure. It's like, and then it's kind of the kind of thing where like, I know at some point, like I'm probably gonna have breast cancer because my mom had breast cancer.
Maybe
all this crazy
stuff.
Like all of these.
My mom had several lumps removed. None of it was ever cancer.
Like all of
I was the only one who ever had it.
Complicated things happening. I'm like, I wonder if it was just like.
Did
they do
that? No,
I'm not.
You tested. They tested. Yeah. But you're Ashkenazi, so
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
which I never knew until I was diagnosed. I never knew
that
Ashkenazi Jews are 25% higher than any other population.
Ashkenazi Jews. I'm as Ashkenazi Jewish as it gets.
Me too.
It was like I did my 23andMe before they went on a visit. Yeah. And it was like I'm surprised they would like send me a bagel with blocks.
I'm not. So it's funny. I'm not actually. My father's birth father, he never met. He took off when my grandmother was pregnant, and he was actually not Jewish. So,
cool.
So there was a mix in the gene pool there. Even though the man she married was Jewish, and then so it seems like both sides were both Jewish, whatever. All the gene pool was Eastern European. It actually wasn't, but the genes are not.
Awesome.
So we had some more in the mix.
Hybrid,
and my kids. This is what I say about my kids. I'm like,
that's awesome. I mean,
they're
that's
like
so healthy.
Mix the freaking gene pool. The mutts, they're the healthy ones.
Well, James is not. His mom is Ashkenazi, his dad is not, and it's Barrett.
Yeah.
So like, my kids have a little bit of
mix. Yeah,
but they're 75%.
Right.
Yeah, my daughter is not because my first husband was half of that. So
my husband half.
My first.
Yeah.
My second was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's interesting, but I'm 100% Ashkenazi and I'm not a carrier for any of those conditions. My husband, who's only half Jewish, is a carrier for Neve and Pick, which is like a really bad one. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Anyway. Genetics is like interesting.
It is. Fascinating.
Crazy.
Fascinating.
How was the bar mitzvah?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
You found
so
plates.
Good. We found it. Oh yeah, my panic last week. You guys missed it. Right before I walked into this class last week, I was looking at the contracts. I was going straight from here to like take the money out to go pay the guy, and I'm looking at the contract to see like exactly how much money I need to bring to the venue. And I noticed it says we don't provide plates, silver, dinnerware, barware, anything. It's 3 days before the bar mitzvah. 3 days. So I walked into this room last week, and I am in a freaking panic. I was like very peaceful. Like I really didn't. I held it together for class, and I ended up just ordering plastic, and we just did it on plastic, which I hated, like all that garbage. But like, what was I going to do? And I was on the phone with Amazon, like, you have to get it to me Friday. You have to get it to me Friday, please, because there isn't a place to go buy it at. Like I didn't want like white paper plates from ShopRite. Like at least I wanted it to be like, you know what I mean? Like of course there's places I could have gotten it, but I wanted it to at least look like a little bit like a bar mitzvah. So anyway, whatever.
I'm pretty sure Rocky didn't care about it.
100%. Rocky didn't care about a lot of things, but he appreciated all of it. He thanked me a million times and had the best day. He was so happy. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, like it's just us. I have my plan. I always have my plan, and actually, what I've been sharing this week is, his Torah. So these guys know, but I'm not sure how much you know that. Like, so every week in the Jewish calendar, you read a specific part of the Torah, like that Torah portion of that week.
Is
so
it the same?
yeah, same
cycles
cycle every
every
year. Yeah, but it's the lunar calendar, so it doesn't always line up with the Western calendar. But in terms of the lunar calendar and like the Hebrew month on this day, it's this Torah portion every year. And so his was actually like one of my favorites that I've come back to so many times over the years. And it's the one, and I don't know how much you know about the stories, but it's like, it's part of the Jacob and Esau story. Do you know any of that story? Like, I presume these guys know, but maybe you know a little bit. But it's the part where Jacob has stolen the birthright from Esau, right? That happens like actually my oldest son, that was his Torah portion, was like the 2 weeks before was the start of that story, and Rocky's was the end of that story, which to me is so fascinating. And anyway, exactly. And so it was, so it's 20 years later. Jacob steals the birthright, steals the. That's fine. That's fine.
What's a birthright?
Just like his like right to being the first, it's like the heir of the first son. He's the firstborn boy. So Esau's the firstborn boy. He's supposed to get all the stuff, all the land, all the whatever. He's the heir. It's like the heir and the spare, So Jacob's the spare, right? So so Jacob like steals the blessing and is given this blessing. He gets to inherit all of it, and Esau, so he steals it. So this happens 20 years before what was happening this week. So then at this moment, they're about to reunite to see each other again. And Jacob is freaking out because his mother like sends him away because he's like, oh my God, he's going to kill you. Because Jacob's like the studious, the calm, the quiet, the sweet, studious boy. And Esau's like the big, burly, whatever. And when he finds out he steals it, he's like, I'm going to kill him. So they haven't seen each other in 20 years, and he's about to see him the next morning, and they know that he's like, because they've sent the scouts out, there's like, he's there with like 400 of his men and whatever, and he thinks he's going to come and try to kill him, or he doesn't know what's going to happen. And he's freaking out because he's, facing his own demons, really. And so the night before, he goes down to the river and he wrestles with this being, right, which we don't know what it is. There's a lot of commentary on who this being is, whether it was an angel or if it was God's self, or if he was just wrestling with himself. But they wrestle through the whole night, and Jacob gets injured. He like dislocates his hip. He walks with a limp for the rest of his life, And then, but my favorite part of this story is that Jacob says to this being, as they're, like the night has gone on and they're, whatever, and they're engaged in this wrestling the whole night, and this combatant is like, okay, I'm done, I'm out, like, let's stop. And Jacob says, no, I will not let you go until you bless me. I will not let you go until there's a blessing. And I just think it's such a powerful moment of, and that's where he gets his name. He then gets bestowed. So the blessing is his new name, which is Yisrael. He becomes the father of the Jewish people, blah, blah, blah. And that name itself means the one who wrestles with God. And so
that's fascinating.
It's fascinating, right? And so to me, like, I love this part of the story that says, we can wrestle with stuff, we can be in turmoil, because really what he's facing is his own stuff, his own, like, he did this terrible thing. Of course, the mom is behind the whole thing. There's more to the story there, whatever, but right. But he's like wrestling with like what he did to his brother. It wasn't the right thing. He knows it wasn't. And I don't know, I find that, even, often these things, it's like, you're really wrestling with yourself. There's like the outer conflict that goes on, these outer things that happen that force us into the inner conflict. And that's really what we're wrestling with. But I love this part of the story that says that, it's like whatever, that there can be turmoil, there can be, challenge. And if you can hold on and stay with it, you're going to find a blessing. If you don't let it defeat you, if you don't let it take you down, if you can just keep wrestling with it. And I was thinking even just wrestling in terms of boys, he actually talked about it. It was a B'nai Mitzvah. The other boy talked about it. The rabbi talked about it the night before about boys and wrestling. How he talked about it. Because it's not necessarily, it's like, it's a way of like working stuff out. It's not, it can be violent. It can be, combative. It can be aggressive. It can be painful. But if you stay with it, and if you can stay with it, you can find that blessing in it. And I feel like yoga, like so much of yoga is just a wrestle with ourselves. Like so much of what we do, like even just in terms of the poses that we're doing, wrapping ourselves, tying ourselves up, wrapping around, holding, like we're literally like wrestling with our bodies. And then we lay down and we're wrestling with our minds, going, and all the things that we're, and we're taking this time to like be in quiet and to be with ourselves and to face the things that, as we go through the day and we're busy, we don't have to think about so much. Like we're choosing to be here to do that. And that's a wrestle also, a wrestling with that. So I don't know. That's the theme for the week of how we could stay with the wrestling until there's meaning in it. All right. So let's just take a minute. Let's do a little breathing and we'll move. All right, so we'll start with some Ujjayi breath. Do you guys know the Ujjayi breath where you sort of tone your throat a little bit, you make that sound in the back of your throat? All right, so take a minute, close your eyes, and just let the breath deepen. Let yourself settle. One of my favorite quotes is, "Blessed is the one whose only challenges are self-inflicted." That's mostly, it's pretty much most of us living where we live in our lives that we not that we have our challenges, right? But to me, that's a statement of like a meaningful wrestle. We're choosing to look at, even though we have these good lives, we have beautiful lives, we're blessed in so many ways. We're choosing to wrestle with even the deeper parts. Even though the breath is coming well, coming easily, we choose to challenge the breath a little bit, to deepen it, to engage more deeply with it. So as you become ready, just begin that toning of the back of your throat. The air still flowing smooth and easy, but just in this more concentrated, focused way. Tune to the feeling of the Ujjayi breath, a deeper experience of the breath as you engage with it in a more focused way. Listen to the sound of the breath. Let it draw you into these deeper awarenesses of your being. Just take a few more breaths. Focusing on the sound, on the sensation, on the channeling of the breath and the prana, the energy that comes in with the breath. And bring your hands together at your heart. Let's just chant 3 ohms to begin. Take a deep breath. Let your head bow to your heart. And raise your hands. Let your eyes open. All right. Come off what you're sitting on. Take your feet wide. Just do a couple windshield wipers to just get moving gently. That's it. So go wide enough that the inner knee can come to the floor and then the outer knee can come to the floor. That's it. And do one more each side. Very good. And then come to Baddha Konasana, just a gentle Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Take your right hand over to the right. Take your left hand. You can go thumb into the crease of the knee, or you can just have hand onto the knee. And resist with your hand a little bit. So push your knee up into your hand, push down with your hand, widen the knee to the side, and then twist to the right at the same time. So Turn your belly to the right as you press your left knee to the left. Keep a little resistance, pressing your knee up, pressing down with your hand. Good, and then let the resistance release. Press with your hand a little more, not so much that you're causing, pain in your hip or in your knee, obviously, but there's a deeper stretch. Good, and then come to center, switch sides, right hand to right knee, left hand over to the left. Resist. So pull your knee up into your hand, press with your hand into your knee. Hold like that, turn your belly to the left. Keep a little bit of resistance. Good, and then let it release, so a deeper stretch, let the leg relax. Right knee relax towards the floor, deeper stretch into the hip. Good, and inhale, face front. Come on to tabletop, come to hands and knees. All right, we're going to do some cat and cow, but we're going to do, going to add in that little arm stretch, so we're getting a little more stretch under the shoulder blades. So take your right arm across the mat, bring it in front of your left hand, feel the pinky finger, thumb up, and then start your cat and cow here. Inhaling, arching, looking up over the arm. Exhale, looking under your armpit, and just moving with your breath. Try to keep the right elbow as straight as you can, but if you want to drop the left elbow down for a couple of breaths, you could do it that way too. Just, it's a little bit of a different stretch, so if that feels good, try that. That's it. One more. Focusing on feeling that movement underneath your shoulder blade. Good, and then come to neutral, come to center, bring your left arm across. Beyond the pinky finger, cat and cow. Do a couple with your right elbow up. And then if you want to drop the right elbow down, drop the right elbow. Good. And then come on back up to center. Draw your knees a little closer together. Take your right leg behind. Take a calf stretch. Push into the heel. Grip your fingers down. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Lift your toes up off the mat. Good. As you exhale, tap your right knee towards your right elbow. And then as you inhale, cross over, squeezing the inner thighs together. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, cross over. One more, knee to elbow. And cross. Good, hold here, right leg straight, push to the big toe side of your right foot. Take your right hand a little more forward, look over your left shoulder. A little more stretch into the right side. Press to the big toe side of your right foot. Sweep your navel up towards your spine. One more breath. Drop your knee right where it is, knee behind knee. Sit back towards your feet, hips towards your heels. And then walk your hands, keep your hips back, but walk your hands a little bit more to the left so you're feeling a little more stretch into the left side. That's it. Yep.
Left side or right side?
Left. Yep. That's the side. I mean, you could do it either way, but for today. Good. Come on up and uncross. Left leg behind. Tuck your toes. Extend your back. Good. Sweep your navel towards your spine. Lift your toes up off the mat. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow. As you inhale, cross over, squeeze your inner thighs together, tap your toes. And then knee to elbow, left knee, left elbow, look left. Cross over, look right, squeeze your legs. One more time. Knee to the side. Cross over, hold here. Left leg straight. Left hand a little more forward. Hips a little left. Look to the right. Round the left big toe. Yes. Good. Then sweep your navel to your spine. A little bit of a cat spine, a little more stretch into the back of the body. Good. Drop your knee where it is, squeezing the inner thighs together. Take your hips back.
Walk your arms a little more right. Use the pressure of your right thigh on your left thigh to ground that bottom leg, to settle yourself where you are, whether that is whether you're feeling a conflict or you're feeling at ease with your life right now. Maybe the wrestle is just in the twisting of the body parts this morning. I hope so. Inhale, come on up and uncross. All right, one more here. Turn your knees to the right, heels to the left. Like that. Keep your hands right where they are, but sit your hips back to your heels. So big side body stretch, yeah, for the right side body. Okay, you can stay here, or you can thread your right arm under, reach for your left heel with your right hand. Take a little bit of a deeper twist, so your right elbow is coming across your left knee if that feels like too much, if that's too dramatic for a shoulder or a hip. Yeah, that's good. One more breath here. Inhale, release your hand, and come forward, back to tabletop. Shift your knees left, swing your heels right. Hips back to the heels. Yep, big left side body stretch. So arms straight out towards the front of your mat. Yep. Then left arm can come underneath. So if you're reaching for the foot, if you lift your hips a little bit, it might be easier to get to it. The left elbow cross outside the right thigh. Push your right hand into the foot. So you're twisting a little right. One more breath here. And inhale, come on up. Find your way to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Shift your hips. Idea of a wrestle in terms of yoga. It's an engagement, you know. It's a way of being with ourselves that feels deeply engaged. That feels like we are not shying away from. Because that's what Jacob was doing in this story, right? He spent these 20 years like pretending it didn't happen. Now he's got to face it. Look at the power that's in that. All right, inhale, flow forward to plank. Strengthen your legs. Strengthen your arms. Draw in towards the midline. Tap into a strength that reminds you that you can stay with it till you can find the blessing. We're going to come down onto the belly. So make your way down. And then stretch your arms out into the T for a shoulder stretch. So arms straight out to the sides. That's it. Block is in the way here. Okay, then bend up your right elbow. Yeah, and roll to your left. And you don't want to feel pinching in the shoulder. You don't want to feel pain in the shoulder. So you're the one that's sort of controlling how deep you want to roll to the side. Your right foot can be on top of your left, or you can step it behind you. Keep reaching through your left arm. Your head can be up or down, whatever's more comfortable. Press your left shoulder into the floor. At the same time, let your weight release into your shoulder so that you're feeling a big stretch into the bicep, into the deltoid front of the shoulder. All right, roll back to your belly. Over to the other side. Left arm out to the left. Shift to the right. Left elbow. Right elbow bends. Nope, I'm saying the wrong thing. Just do the other side. I'll stop talking. Saying the wrong side. Same thing. Reach through the extended arm. I think it's your right arm. Yes. Push into the left hand. And then walk your left hand a little bit in so that you can push into the floor. So bend your elbow in. That's it. And then bring your left shoulder blade back towards your right shoulder blade a little more. That's it. That's it. Head up or down. Up to you. One more breath here. Okay, roll back to your belly. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Tone your glutes. Draw your tailbone towards the floor. Sweep your hands behind your back. Release your fingers. Stretch your arms back behind you. Lift your arms up. Take your legs back, your heart forward. Get longer, and then lift a little higher. And then get longer, and lift a little higher. And one more breath. Get longer, and lift a little higher. Good. And exhale. Downward facing dog.
Step into a little bit of a shorter dog.
So not all the way to forward bend, but see if you can get your heels to the floor. You're still in a dog pose, but just a short dog. And then press your feet down, firm your legs. If your knees need to be a little bit bent, that's okay, but keep your legs squeezing towards each other. Then thread your left arm underneath and catch the outer right leg for a twist. Good. Push the floor away with your right hand. Lift your hips high. Turn your belly to the right. Look under your right armpit.
Yeah,
That's it.
Good. And then switch sides. Birdie, step in a little more. See if you can get your heels closer. Yeah, like that, like that. Now reach under with the other hand. Yes. Maybe a little more stable.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you try to get your heels down. Push the floor away with the left hand. Pull with your right hand. Twist to the left. Look under the armpit. One more breath. Stay with it.
Good. Inhale and release. Walk back to a longer dog. Okay, here's the next move. We're going to try to drop both elbows together to dolphin. If you have to do one at a time, but try to drop both together. Yes, nice, you guys. Move your hips back towards your belly back towards your thighs, your hips high up into the air. Yeah, dolphin pose. Okay, now try to press both elbows up at the same time, back to dog. Nice. Good. We're going to drop down again. Bend your elbows, take your time. Elbows down. That's it. Now walk back to dolphin plank this time. Still plank on your low plank. Good. Take your feet wide apart. And now drop both heels over to the right. You can keep both elbows on the floor, or you can come into a modified Vashisthasana and take your left arm up. Good. And then come back to center. Go to the left elbow. Drop heels to the left. Both elbows can stay down or right arm to the sky. Good. One more time each side. Heels to the right. Weight onto the right elbow. Back to center. Weight to the left. Right arm up or can stay on the floor. Good. Exhale. Bring that elbow back down. Walk back into dolphin. So hips up high. And then try to press both elbows up at the same time. Or might go one at a time. That's okay. Good. And then walk forward. Uttanasana. Forward bend. Breathe in and lengthen your spine. Breathe out and fold deeply. And one more time. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and fold. Good. Breathe in and lengthen. Come up this time. Reach up, stretch up. And exhale. Release your arms. Okay, grab a strap. If you don't have one, just go grab one. Sweater off time. Okay, just some shoulder stretches here. So take the strap, hold it a little wider than shoulder distance. Pull it nice and taut, like you're trying to like snap it in half. Good. Then inhale, take your arms up. So you're really stable in your lower body, your abdominals. Exhale and lower down. Inhale, press up. Take the armpits back, shoulders back, head back a little bit. Exhale, down. One more time, just like that. Good. And release. Okay, go wider with your hands. Arms up, behind this time. So go behind your back. Take it as wide as you need to. And then pull with your left arm. So the strap's a little bit behind. Yeah. Press up through your right arm. Pull down with your left. Armpits back, shoulders back. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, other side. Shoulder, cranky. That's it. Both arms straight. Pull down with the right. Press up with the left. Good. Go both arms up, and then bring the elbows back behind you. Take your head back. Maybe the head goes into the strap a little bit. Squeeze the outer shoulder blades in. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, and release. Okay, roll out for a moment. I need to do it. I'm hoping I can do this again without pain someday. All right, we're gonna do Gomukhasana arms. So hold the strap in your left hand. I'm gonna give you back view. Hold the strap in your left hand. Take your right arm out to the right. Take a deep breath in so the side body lengthens. Pull the head of your arm going back, your shoulder blade back. Then sweep that arm up between your shoulder blades. Then left arm up, holding the strap. Bend that elbow, squeeze the elbow in towards the ear. Now, if your fingers touch, you don't need to use the strap. If they don't touch, hold the strap. Yeah, you can let go of the strap if you don't need it. Good. Take both armpits back. That bottom one, the right side, it's going to be harder to do that, right? So pull it in and back. It's coming forward. It's like the inner action, not the outer form. That's important, right? The inner action. Take one more breath.
Towards your torso?
Yeah, good. And release. So when the arm goes behind the back, the head of the arm rolls forward, right? So that's like a movement of the arm. Now I can do that here where the whole arm just moves and stays here. But if the movement comes forward, but I'm still doing that inner action of pulling it back. Do you see the difference? So if I'm just letting the whole thing go and I'm not sort of resisting with that inner action. So there's a movement and there's action. So the arm bone is moving forward, but that inner action is still trying to pull it back a little bit to keep the shoulder stable. That makes sense? Yeah. What strap? What side are we holding?
Put the strap in the right.
The strap in the right. Yeah, left arm out to the left. That's the bottom arm. So what helps with creating that movement is a lengthening of the side body. So if the shoulder is down and forward, it's going to make it harder. So as you breathe in, lengthen the side body. Then just keep the shoulder back, turn the palm backwards. Then sweep the hand behind. Snuggle it up as far as you can. So the shoulder, here's where it wants to roll forward. So pull it back a little bit. Then right arm up, reach back behind, either for hand or for strap. Good. And then once you find it, line yourself up. Move both shoulders back. Move your head back gently. That's it. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Good. Take the whole, the collarbone to the shoulder blades, the neck, the throat, the ears, all of it back in space a little bit. Okay, good. And then release that. Roll out your shoulders. Okay, set the strap to the side. Come to the front of your mat. Find Tadasana. Just find a steady, centered place where even if there's an inner wrestling going on, the outer body can feel steady. Breath can feel steady. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, come up halfway. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Find your way back. Good. Dog split now. Lift up your right leg. Yeah, whatever variation of dog split you like. Yeah, you like your hips closed, you want the hips open. Make it your personal engagement with practice. Good. And then step that foot all the way between your hands. Straight leg lunge. Back leg nice and strong. Oh, why this doesn't shut off when I have it on do not disturb. It's on silent and do not disturb. Okay. Twist to the right. Plant your left hand. Take your right arm to the sky. That's it. Right knee over the ankle. Left thigh pressing up. Twist your upper body a little more. Good. Inhale, face front. Sweep your arm out in front. Squeeze your legs together. Take your left arm out in front and then inhale, arms to the sky. Good. Hold steady. Sometimes the wrestling is like this big, furious action that's going on. Sometimes it's just holding. It's just holding on where we are. Stay with it. Muscle strong. Mind focused. Good. Stay here. Stay with the arms up and lower the back knee, or arms down first, then lower the back knee, whatever's better for the back. Okay. That's it. Lengthen out of your pelvis. Get taller through your spine. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good. We're going to go into the twist. I want you to use the breath. So as you exhale, it's a strong exhale. Pull up the navel to the spine and a twist to the right. So big breath in. Exhale, navel to spine. Pull in. Cross your elbow to your knee. That's it. And then push your knee out, press your elbow down, stack your elbows. Look up towards the right elbow. Stay here or lift your back knee back up. One more breath. Hold steady. Good. Inhale, release your hands, step back into tall. Hold steady of your dog here, or come through vinyasa. Okay. Dog split. Left leg up, whatever you did on the first side, just mirror it here. And then step back, foot all the way up into lunge. Twist first, so right hand down, twist left. That's it. Breathe in and get longer. Breathe out, twist a little deeper. Press a little. There you go. Good. Face front, reach that arm out in front. Reach the right arm out in front. Inhale, both arms up. That's it. Nice. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Sit into that front knee. Back leg nice and strong. That's it. And then you can stay here, or hands up, or drop your hands first, and then drop the back. Like that. Good. Get tall through your spine. Bring your hands to your heart. Attune to the breath, and then use that exhale. Right elbow, left knee. That's it. Stack the elbows. Press your knee out as you press your elbow in. Make it a meaningful wrestle. A meaningful engagement with yourself. This is the movement that says, I don't shy away, I stay with it. I stay with this wrestling, this grappling until there's a blessing in it. You can stay here with that grappling, or you can lift up back. Good. Inhale, release your twist. And step back to dog. All right, you can hold here, or you can come through vinyasa. Step or hop forward, Uttanasana. And let's find a deep Utkatasana chair pose here. So bend your knees really deeply, shift your hips back, and then bring your hands to your heart. Sit your thigh bones down towards the floor. Same thing we did in the lunge twist here. So take a breath in, use the exhale to twist to the right. So long exhale, pull the navel back to the spine, hook the elbow across the knee. Pull your left knee back and your left hip back a little bit. Press your right knee forward and out into the elbow. Take one more breath to just stay engaged, stay with it. Inhale, center. If you need to straighten your legs for a minute, do that, or else hold steady. And then exhale, twist to the other side. Elbow, right elbow, left knee. Pull your right knee back, right hip back. Turn your belly more left. One more breath. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, Uttanasana, hands to the floor, straighten. Okay, the thought now is twisted crow. So let's all do this part of it at least. We're going to come down into a low squat. If your knees will cooperate with that. Yeah, legs towards each other. So legs as close together as you can for this one. Walk your right hand over to the right. Take your left arm up. Big breath in. As you exhale, cross the elbow outside the knee. Then plant your left hand on the floor. Plant your right hand in a place that makes sense. You can bring your right elbow to your right hip, or you can go out to the side if you want to just do it on one arm, and then lean forward like you're doing chaturanga. Not going to do that on that side. Squeeze your legs together. That's it. Maybe just lift the top foot. Bend your elbows more, Marie. More. Lift your top leg. You got it. Lift your foot. You got it. That's it. That's it. That's the pose. That's the pose. That's it. Yeah. And see, Simona has a crash pad. Not a bad idea. The other thing to do is you can literally just go down onto your face. Put your head down first. Get your feet up. Then work to lift your head up. That's another way to do it, as long as your neck isn't compromised. right? You can put your head down first because sometimes it's just hard. Like that leaning out feels like, oh God, I'm going to fall on my face and might fall on your face. So if you put your head down first, like the side of your head.
So do you put that hip?
You can do it either way. The traditional pose, you're just on one arm. But if it feels it's a harder twist.
Okay.
Right? It's a deeper twist to get that elbow in. I'm not going to lift my feet on my shoulders. Can't do it right now. But so it's a deeper twist, but it gives you 2 points of contact. It might feel more stable to do it that way. Yeah, exactly. So you can try it that way. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Nice. That's it.
And an elbow.
That's it. That's it. Yes. 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 All right. We'll go over to the other side. Maybe that was your harder side. Let's hope this side. So
there's some grappling.
The other thing, well, yeah, if this is a I chose all the poses that really feel like you're really wrestling with yourself, right?
Oh, good choice. That's all good.
But here's the other thing. So you're getting the elbows across. That's going really well. You're squeezing the legs in. The last part is this sort of lift of the belly, because if you're in a longer spine, right, things are going to slide off. The lift should come from here. So if you're lifting up through your core.
Oh, those down core muscles.
I know. I often find, like, no matter what the question is, core is often the answer. All right, so get that deep twist, elbow across, squeeze your legs. Yep, and then one elbow into the hip or 2 elbows into the hip. And then you've got to be willing to lean forward, hips up. That's it. Pull your belly back. Round through your spine. Yes. And then maybe head to the floor first. Or maybe lift up that top leg. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yes. Yeah. It's a hard pose. Okay. It's a wrestle. Uttanasana. Uttanasana. The funny thing is, like, the balancing I find is easier in that one than in crow pose. It's less scary to sort of balance in that pose, but the twist makes it harder to keep your legs where they are, right? It's easier than just that forward position. All right, back to dog. We'll do some standing things. 2 feet on the floor. Thank you very much. Right foot up into warrior 2. Gotta find your way up. One of my favorite teachers, her motto, her teaching thing is making easy poses hard. Not hard poses easy. Because when you make the easier poses hard, the harder poses get easier, right? So even though this is an easier pose than the one we just did, right? Like, focus on your alignment. It still is when we're still doing it, when we're doing the yoga, when we're doing the practice, it's a deep pose, right? The back leg is strong, front knee is bent, spine locked, core engaged even here, even though it doesn't have to be, right? All right, sweep your left hand behind your back. Either take the back of your hand to your sacrum or hook the top of your thigh if you can reach. Then right arm up and lean yourself back. Bend into your front knee. You can use that hand on your thigh or towards your thigh, easing that right thigh forward as you're leaning your torso back. Okay, good. Keep your left arm where it is, straighten your leg. Reach out and over, triangle pose. Ooh, that was a big pop. All right. Keep the hand behind the back for a moment. Good. Move your bottom shoulder back. Move your top shoulder back. That's that inner action that we're talking about. Curl your throat back and the ears back. Yes. Then keep all that and unfurl the top arm into triangle pose. Stretch it up nice and long. Push down into your feet. Come back up to your warrior. Lace your fingers behind your back. Humble warrior. Bow forward. Head towards the big toe. Arms towards the sky. That's it. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards your spine. Stay here, or wrap your right arm under, bind around your leg. If that's not in your wheelhouse, then just stay right where you are. Yeah. Good. And then make it a meaningful wrestle. Press the leg out, hug the arm in, take that top shoulder back. Breath, hold on, find the blessing, find the strength. Good, release back to dog, nice stress. Hold here or take everything else up. Left foot into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Come on. So even here, feel that grappling between bending the front knee and straightening the back leg, between moving the thighs back and dropping the tailbone, between toning the low belly but moving the shoulders back. Then sweep your right hand behind your back, try to hook the left thigh. Take your left arm up, lean back. Rest like the sense of a wrestle. It's really just an engagement. It's a not running away. It's staying with it. Stay with it, even when it gets hard. Even when we have to face some part of ourselves that feels really challenging or challenged. Straighten your front leg, hand stays behind the back. Reach over the left leg, triangle pose, hand to ankle, floor. Of course, if this arm behind the back doesn't feel right, you can release it, but if you can, stay for a moment, work the torso, twisting, looking up towards the left, then, towards the right, then unfurl the right arm to the sky. Yeah. Back up to Warrior 2. Interlace one more time, switch the lace of the fingers, bring that other pinky finger on top, stretch your arms out, bow to the inner thigh, head towards the big toe. Squeeze the heels of your hands in. Stay here or wrap underneath for the bind. Good. Good. And then squeeze the leg and the arm together. The resistance between that bottom leg and bottom arm so that you get that top shoulder back, the spine a little longer. Good. One breath. And release. Back to dog. Hold or flow. Find your way back to the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Run all the way up. Rise up, stretch out. Exhale, take your arms to cactus. We're going to do eagle, so cactus arms. Wrap your right elbow under your left elbow. Do it. You can put elbows together. You've got a shoulder. Poke your hips back. Sit deep into your legs. Shift your weight to your left foot, cross your right leg over. Good. Stay here. Cover the foot, hook the toes, however you do your eagle. This pose to me is like the ultimate wrestle. Everything just like how do you get your some of it's ankle mobility, some of it's knee mobility. You gotta really bend the standing leg a lot. And look, if you have like big calves, it might not happen. Like if your calves are like, I don't have big calves. My kids hate that I don't have big calves. They all want calf implants. They're like, I don't want your calf genes, mom. So if you have bigger calves, it may not happen. That's just right. That's just genetics. But if you're trying to make it happen, you sit as deep as you can, right? And it's ankle mobility. All right, keep your arms, come up, bring your knee up, and then step back into Parsvottanasana. So land the back heel, shorter stance, facing front, both legs straight. Good. So here's the action. Like, so this action of eagle arms pulls the elbows forward, right? Pull your armpits back a little bit. Feel the length of your spine. And then hinge forward, keeping your elbows. So elbows lifting up, spine extending forward. Keep your shoulders lifted, even though your elbows are a little heavy here. Neck long, back leg strong. One more breath. Good. Unravel your arms, hands to the floor. Let your head release towards your knee. Breathe in and lengthen your spine. You can keep your right hand where it is. You can take it over on top of your left foot, or you can cross it over. Of course, your hand can go onto a block in any of those positions as well. We're going to twisted triangle. Take your right hand on your, left hand on your left hip. Twist left. Look up over the left shoulder. That's it. Move the left shoulder back. Then maybe left arm to the sky. That's it. Legs nice and strong. Take your hand to mine. Push into me and turn your belly. Ah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, that totally didn't work.
Yeah, just a deeper twist, right? Okay, let that go. Back to step forward, step forward. Eagle, here it comes, sorry. Okay. Come on up. Yeah, it just makes your
Little things make such big differences.
well, because we can move from all sorts of places in our body, right? So it's just, and it's not that it's wrong to do it the other way. It's just like, oh, if I do it that way, it's just I get this deeper twist, right? Okay, cactus arms. Left elbow. Does that sound right? Left elbow under right. Wrap. Sit back, hips back. Weight to your right foot, cross your left leg over. Yep. Squeeze your legs together. Maybe the toes will hover, maybe they'll hook. All right, we stayed on that first side a long time, so we gotta stay and balance out. Feel the wrestle, feel the grappling. Notice the mind. The body wants to, the mind wants to check out more sooner than the body does generally. See, stay with it. All right, come on up. Keep your arms knee up. And then step back gently. Shorter stance. Turn your hips forward, legs strong. Good. Elbows up, shoulders back. Hinge from the hip. Right from that right hip. Elbows can be heavy, but the shoulders stay a little lifted. Extend all the way through your neck. Let this forward bend be in the torso. Right, so the elbows are still lifting, shoulders still lifting. Okay, then exhale, release your hands. Push your fingers into the floor, fold a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Left hand can stay where it is, can come onto the right foot, it can cross over. Right hand to your right hip for the twist. Good, turn your belly. Yes. Sorry, right arm to the sky, sorry, I pulled you over.
It's just
My
Stay
to
balanced.
lean into, I know. That's it. So try to create that same action as if your top hand was pushing into something to turn your belly more to the right. Okay, good. Exhale. Release. Nice step forward. Uttanasana. Good. Long spine. Come on up. And release your arms. Okay. Let's go to the wall. Where you want to go to? So my thought was for to add in eagle legs to something. So those eagle legs that we just did. So I'll show you. Just didn't like Shivasana. So come up into whatever you're coming up into. Okay, then it's a bend. Bend. So if you're doing it at the wall, your back leg would touch the wall. Maybe you fall. Try to wrap. Squeeze. Maybe it's just a cross. Maybe it's the double cross. Squeeze the leg. So try one way. Try the other way. Yeah. See what happens. The squeeze of the legs. Try something. And if none of that works, so if you're using the wall, like you just bend that one knee, take it to the wall, but be a little bit out so you have a little space behind you. If you want to do it in handstand, you do it in handstand. Try eagle legs in something. Help as needed. Yeah, make sure you're taking care of your upper body first, of course. Get your elbows pressing down, your neck nice and long. That's it. You're going to do both. So just one knee bent and then cross the other leg on top of it. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yeah, just like that. And then see if you just squeeze your legs and maybe get a moment of air time. Bend both knees. So I think you're too close to the wall, right? It's going to pull you away from the wall. Yeah, come away a little bit. There you go. Yep. That's it. Need a little space. Nice. That's it. Yeah, you got it. And the toes hooked, right?
Almost.
They did.
Almost.
Right.
Yeah, it's easier upside down. Is that weird to hook the toe?
Do you feel it in your knee? You think it's like stiffness in your knee? Anything at ankle? Because you're not weight behind. Okay, so bend both knees, right? Good. Now cross one knee in front. Good. Lift up that foot on the wall a little bit. So just walk it up a little. You were there. Just you move it up a little bit so you can try to tuck the toes behind, or don't, or just squeeze your legs, maybe just try to hover. Do both sides. You gotta do both legs. Yeah, no, now you gotta remember which leg you put on top first. All right, be mindful. Make sure you're taking care of your neck and your shoulders first. Yeah, nice one. That's it. Bring your foot back to the wall. Bring it up a little higher. And like work. See if you can like squeeze it up. Like swing this leg to the left a little. There you go. Ah! I'm messing you up. All right. Rest for a moment. Child's pose.
Cramping in the calf.
You know what? I get a cramp in my foot when I do that pose now. I get, because your foot is so pointed, I often, like that pose, I cannot hold my foot in that pose with the foot pressed by because I get a cramp.
Yeah.
Both feet. Okay. I take, maybe not enough. My sister had a whole thing where she was like ODing on magnesium and taking her super six. Okay, here's the next thing. Eugene, you remember this? We haven't done this in so long. We used to do this one with Valerie. All right, we're going into split. So a couple of options. Split, and then into pigeon on the wall. We used to do this with Valerie a lot. It's not like the best of experience, but it's just kind of fun to do.
Yeah, so cool.
Yep. Now, if that feels like unsafe in any way, just keep that bottom leg on the floor and just do the split. All right, so we'll go right leg up, and you got to walk in as close to the wall as you can. Yeah, that's it.
Right leg.
Right leg up in the split. Walk your left foot as close to the wall as you can. And then lift up that bottom leg. Bring your shin, your pinky edge of your foot to the wall. So to the wall, not to your leg, but to the wall. That's it, Marie. That's it. And then slide it down. The knee is on the wall.
What am I doing wrong?
Good. That's it. It's nothing. That's it. That's it. I mean, you could slide that knee down if you wanted it to feel more like a pigeon. That bottom knee would come closer to the floor and the top leg would stretch up. Yeah, like that. That's it. We haven't done that one in a while. We used to do that one all the time, remember? We haven't done that in a long time. All right. To the other side. Both legs. We'll do right. So, left leg up. Going close. So if you're trying to get the leg up, you're going close. And then you slide the pinky side of the foot to the wall, the knee to the wall, and you got to really push the floor away.
This doesn't feel like a pigeon.
It doesn't feel so pigeony. So bring your knee to the wall. Slide your knee to the side when you got to walk in closer. All right, this one makes you. Yeah, so go into it. I'm going to hold your shoulders. Yeah. Bottom knee down. No, that leg was close to the floor. Step that foot to the floor. Okay, now just hop this leg up. Hop your toes to the wall. No, down here. And now just walk the knee to the side, walk your hands to the floor. That's the pose. That's the pose where you walk in close to try to get your shin onto the wall. Okay. That was all the fun at the wall. Come on back to your spot. Come on back. What do we have time? Yeah, come back to your spot. Well, yeah, let's come back to your spot. You may want to have a strap nearby. All right, let's do one more hip warm up. We're going to go into Gomukhasana, our final super wrestly twisted pose of the day. But let's do one more hip rotation here. So lay to your right side. I won't get these top movements right. So you lay on your right side. Your head can be on your right arm. It could be on a blanket or a block. Okay, right knee bent. Bottom knee is bent. Take your top left foot to the floor. The toes on the floor with the leg extended. Good. Now start to bend your left knee. Start to draw your left knee up towards your left elbow. Go up as high as you can towards your elbow. So maybe even like in towards your chest. Then lift the foot off the floor. Knee over hip. Now rotate your leg internally. Knee forward, heel back. Now dip your top knee down towards your bottom knee, keeping your foot up. Yes. Now lift your foot up as high as you can without letting the knee lift. Then let the knee rotate. Bring the knee towards the armpit. Good. Take it down to the floor towards your left hand. And then trace the leg out straight. That's one rotation. We're going to do one more. Slide the toes on the floor. Knee towards your belly, towards your hand. Left hand on the floor. Then knee over hip. Then internally rotate. Knee goes forward, foot goes back. Then lift your heel, dip your top knee down.
Then lift your foot faster than your knee. Keep the knee down as long as you can. Then let it rotate open, knee to armpit, toes to floor. Straighten your leg. Good. Other side, roll over. And on your arm or on a blanket if your shoulder hurts. Right hand on the floor in front, left knee bent. All right, good. Then trace the floor with the right toes. Bring the knee as high up as you can, towards the wrist, towards the belly. Then knee up, knee forward, heel back. Dip the knee down, heel up. Big internal rotation. Good. Then lift the foot faster than the knee. Then let the knee roll open, knee towards the armpit. Bring it back to the floor. Trace the floor. One more rotation. Slide the toes on the floor. Knee towards the elbow. Yep. Knee up over hip. Rotate internally. Knee forward, heel back. Try to keep the knee over the hip. Dip the knee down. Knee to knee. Foot up. Yes. Then heel up. Yep. Rotate open. Knee to armpit. Toes to floor. Trace it out. Okay, roll to your back. Do it on our back first, then we'll do it seated. Cross your right knee over your left knee. So knee over knee, not ankle. That's it. Lift up your feet. Reach for your feet with your hands, feet or ankles. Yeah, the tendency is going to want to pull the knees down, the heels down. Pull them up in line with the knees and then pull them away from each other. Like that. Yeah. Straight. That just keeps them feet. Doesn't come in straight. Okay. Down towards your shoulders and so yes, piriformis. In what? Yeah. Oh, it's a huge, huge piriformis. Yeah. 2 hips, 2 knees. Look at you. The bionic blend over here. Oh yes. Okay, switch legs.
Inspiration.
I know.
100%.
I know.
Like I want to be a on that girl.
I know exactly. I want to be Eugenia now.
I know.
Seriously.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yes, like that. That just keeps the knees a little bit more, it just engages these muscles here so that the knee stays a little bit more seated. But it's still velocity, but it just keeps the muscles around the knees. Okay, such a good. Nothing else gets into that. I don't know. I find this is like the one movement that gets into those really deep rotators. Okay, come on up. We're going to do it upright. So uncross. Come on up. We're going to add the arms. Yeah. We're going to add the arms. So if you need a strap for your arms, just have your strap nearby. I don't know which leg went on top first, right? Let's do right leg on top first. So you can bend the left knee and slide it over. And then there's one way to get into it. Walk that right foot over until your knee over knee. That's really challenging. You can lift your hips a little, like this makes it a little easier if you get your butt up, snuggle the knees together, and then yeah, you can sit onto, if the hips don't come down, if the knees don't feel happy, sit up on a block, sit on a blanket. Good. Right hip down towards the floor. So both sit bones are grounded. Okay, classically, the top leg is the top arm. You can, it's actually, there's a case for doing it either way, but we'll do it that way today. So left arm out to the left. You can hold your strap in your right hand. Sweep the left arm up behind the back. Reach your right arm up. Reach for the strap or your hands behind. That's it. Sometimes I think they just added the arms into this pose so that you're not thinking about the legs. I ground the right hip. Lengthen through your spine. Now, you can keep this or you can hinge forward from the hips and you mount, or you could stay upright. Any number of ways to practice this pose. Just like we did when we were upside down, keep the pinky edges pushing down. Other arm on top.
It's what I saw.
in Iyengar, it's, like if you go to Light on Yoga, it's that way. If you
Okay.
look on in one of his other books, it's the other way. And it, like modern,
It's same like.
there's a case to be made for doing it either way. So I'm not going to say whether one way is right or wrong. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Come on back up. And it's like a cross patterning thing if you do it the other way. I feel like it's a little more balanced when you do it the other way. Like you feel a little more balanced. You're not over to one side. So, but I don't know. I feel like at this point we know so much about anatomy. You can pretty much make a case for doing everything in every possible way. All right, uncross your legs. You want to do it in a balanced way though. All right, and then switch. So the right leg will be under. Again, I like that little hip lift to snuggle the knees together. Feet active, so I'm pushing the pinky edges of my feet into the foot. You know what? We're going to take the foot off the blanket, butt on the blanket. So even go underneath it. That'll make it a little easier. I mean, it's all relative, right? Okay. All right. Then the right arm is the one that's going to go under. So again, making that length on the space. Turn the hand back. We've been here already. Hand behind the back, and then you can drop the strap from your left hand into the bottom hand, or you can reach for hands behind. Good. And then stay here or hinge. This is cow face pose. They used to say something about like the knees looking like the nose or something, but I was just reading. It's the arms up. It's like one cow ear up, one cow ear down. That makes more sense to me.
Like for me, like feet are ears.
Feet or ears? All right, whatever. Cow face. Cow face. That's it. But we do know cows and the deer are very sacred, so honor them with this pose. All right, one more breath to wrestle. Let's switch the arms because we did the arms both ways on the first side. So yeah, I feel like that opposite arm on top makes I feel a little more balanced on my hips, right?
Yeah.
Which is probably why they. Yeah, whatever. Again, make a case for it either way. Try both ways. Oh, and again, I think it's just to detract from the hips because the minute I let go of my arms, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of stretch. Okay.
I think it's easier for your hips grounded
on the opposite side. Right, exactly. Okay. Lay down. Take some final pose. Yeah. Twist or happy baby or I don't know. I can't imagine you need another hip stretch. Maybe a gentle back bend. Like maybe a little bridge or something. Whatever helps your body to feel more settled. Whatever helps your nervous system to feel more settled. For some of us, the asana practice feels like the wrestle, the twisting and making shapes with our bodies. And for some of us, the shavasana is what feels like the wrestle, the restless mind, the churning brain. So whatever it is for you, don't let it be the obstacle that prevents you from a deep connection. Wrestling can be a deep connection. The moments of peace and quiet can be a deep connection. That's what this reminds me. Spirituality, connection doesn't only happen when we feel calm, when we feel at ease. I can tell you that Rocky did great, but it was not easy, at 13 to stand up in front of 200 people and chant in a language that is not your first language. It takes that digging deep to a warrior heart that says, I'm going to face this thing. I'm going to stay with it. Stay with it till there's a blessing. So whether that's an easy thing to do or it feels like a deep struggle or grappling, stay with it. Stay here, stay present. Stay with breath. Stay with connection. And just give yourself over to it fully. taking a half breath. Stretch, move, awaken, gently. Make your way to your side. All the way to sleep. Whatever it is we find ourselves wrestling with, whoever it is we find ourselves wrestling with, can remember that usually that outer crisis is what's guiding us towards an inner reckoning. Even these people, situations that come into our lives that are seemingly there to wrestle us into submission, maybe they're just there to show us how strong we really are. They're just there to show us how we have the strength to hold on until we find the blessing. So it may be so for all of us as we to the rest of this day, this week. Let's bring our hands together in our hearts. And let's close together with an Om.
Namaste.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Did you have a date already?
No. Why did you do it?
Oh, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So I'm having my shoulder repaired next